looks a lot like weeds, but
Stream development.
That would be so cool.
Some big word shows. Oh, it got smaller.
Okay, so stream development. Okay, what do you think this means?
Like how the water gets to the stream, where the stream goes, and like what the stream does.
How a stream forms. Okay, so
Thank you.
streams are created by several factors. Okay, what do you think those factors are?
Like what's around the stream? Oh, I guess never mind it.
Yeah, well, so like weather and erosion, so the soil composition around it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, so can be more easily eroded. Okay, it's going to go for the path of what? You think it's going to pick the hardest path or the
Easiest.
so the path of least resistance. Okay? So that's one thing that'll happen that can create a stream. Okay, what else?
Ooh.
Rate of precipitation. Okay? The more it precipitates,
The less amount of water on the stream.
more H2O in stream. Wow.
That's complicated, Charles.
So crazy. So nuts.
There's like two things they just connected to my brain.
Okay. What else? There's two more things. Two more.
The terrain. Where it is at?
What did you say, Kendra?
Plants.
Vegetation.
Whoa.
Wow. Because vegetation for two different reasons. Why vegetation for two different reasons? Give me one.
It slows erosion.
Yeah. Roots slow erosion. And why else? If you have more plants,
It takes up more water.
it takes up more water. So there's less runoff. This is such hard stuff.
It's really complicated.
More plants equals more absorption. Well, it's the same amount of water, but less runoff. All right.
Animals.
Nope.
Weather. Oh,
Nope.
that's 31.
You silly goose.
Location.
Kind of. How so?
Well,
Like the sun.
If you're in the rainforest, it's gonna be different than the desert.
How much humidity declaration?
Climate.
That's sus.
Slow?
Slow.
What? Slow?
Yeah.
I think it's slow. I was like,
I meant he said slow. I'm like, slow what?
So slope, okay? The higher the angle, higher the slope, the faster runoff moves, more erosion happens.
My goal is always to finish writing before Schultz.
Me too.
Makes me joy.
I was trying to be. Yeah. Do we have a full class on Tuesday?
Yes.
Wait, what? banana time.
We have pictures, the 13th.
That's my
By
dad's
the way.
birthday.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, before I forget.
Like, picture day stuff.
Alright, so with stream systems.
I've had 12.
Stream systems, these form as H2O runs off into channels.
Run. Spelled run without an N.
It ruse?
It ruse off.
Okay, so it runs off into channels. These different channels will then build up and come into each other, okay? So when one stream,
Ow.
all streams run downhill to lower elevations. Because of gravity. Wow. Okay, and what do they eventually get to?
Ocean?
Sea level, right? Which is what we have everything we measure it from. So, once it gets to sea level, then it's in the ocean or sea, depending on where you're at. But does the let's go with the Smith River. Does the Smith River run right into the ocean?
No.
What does it run into?
Another river.
Which one?
I don't know.
Missouri. Which one does the Missouri run into?
Yellowstone.
Does it run into the fourth thing?
It does.
The Yellowstone runs into the Missouri.
Well,
Okay,
one runs
well,
into
they
the
do
fourth.
connect somewhere.
Then what's the next river that the Missouri runs into?
Mississippi.
The Mississippi. And then what does the Mississippi run into?
Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico, which is part of the ocean. What?
I think that since we're in rock science, we should take a bus and drive through the park. Like Yellowstone Park.
I think we should
Yeah,
go
maybe
to
we
Lewis and Clark cabins.
We should.
Yeah.
Could, except.
Yeah, we never got to go.
COVID.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get to go because of ID. So.
Alright, so all
Mike was upset about it.
rivers
So.
Appreciate that.
that go into larger river systems are called tributaries. Okay, so what runs into the Smith River? What different little creeks do we know that run into that? Sheep Creek. Anything else? Moose Creek. Anybody else?
Is there a wolf?
Newland Creek. Okay, there's like all those creeks, and they run into the Smith River. Okay, so all of those are little tributaries.
I bet there's one.
Wolf Creek is not near us.
No, but I bet there's one.
There is a Wolf Creek.
Yeah, way up.
That's my favorite.
But anyway, so all of these little creeks run into the Smith River. Those are all tributaries. The Smith River is a tributary of the Missouri River. The Missouri River is a tributary of
Mississippi.
the Mississippi River. Oh, wow, you guys are so smart.
Slamming my hand.
Okay, so
You're on the window.
Newland Creek is tributary to Smith to Missouri. Missouri to MISSISS IPPI. Okay, so got all these different tributaries. Now, how does, if rain falls, okay, let me think. Oh, so where does all of the water here goes to the Missouri, which goes to the Mississippi, right?
I guess.
Now, where does the water that falls by Missoula go?
Somewhere probably.
out what this is?
Water.
I love it. Like, let's talk about what is water.
Watershed.
Jessica knows what this is.
What is a watershed?
No, I don't. I just don't remember making up these pictures.
I remember you loving watersheds.
I remember having to like draw these.
They only remind me of Jessica.
So a watershed
Equal Jessica.
is an area of land whose water drains
What is that?
Apostrophe.
into a specific stream system. Okay? And so right here, see this part over here?
Yeah, I do.
Where does that go?
To the
What?
Atlantic Ocean.
To the Atlantic Ocean. That means that everything right here is in the Atlantic Ocean watershed.
Wait, what? Wait, do that again?
Right here.
Oh, I see.
Any water that falls right here.
Oh, I thought the other side Atlantic. No.
Nope, this goes to the Atlantic Ocean right here,
That
okay?
makes sense now.
Now anything that goes over here goes where?
The Pacific,
The Pacific Ocean. What about anything over here?
the Arctic, I think.
Yeah, it's the Arctic Ocean.
Is the lake
Okay.
right on the picture?
What?
Is the lake wings right on the picture?
Ah, zoom.
See, that looks a lot like Atlantic if you can't really see it. You're like A-T-I-C, you're like Atlantic.
So over here, Arctic. Over here,
Like,
Atlantic.
stared at me.
And up here, Pacific. Okay? So, all of those are different watersheds. And our watersheds are separated by divides. Okay? So you have the main continental divide, which separates the two places water can go on our continent. And then right here you have the Laurentian divide. Okay?
They couldn't have named that. Like the quarter divide.
It was probably made during the Laurentian time period. So a divide. A divide is an elevated, what's the word I'm looking for?
Peak.
It's
Plateau.
plateau's not an elevated land area because it can kind of be any of those. That separates two watersheds. Okay? And so, how do I want to talk about this? Two different watersheds can be part of one larger watershed. Okay? So, like we know that the Yellowstone River, okay? So it starts in Yellowstone National Park, runs up, runs through like Billings and all the way up there, okay? And then eventually comes in, I think right around where it intersects with North Dakota, okay? All of the Yellowstone watershed is part of the Yellowstone, it drains into that, okay? But everything in the Yellowstone watershed is also part of the Missouri River watershed, okay? Because it's a tributary, that makes it a part of the Missouri River watershed. Now, is everything in the Missouri River watershed part of the Yellowstone watershed? No, because it is not a tributary of the Yellowstone. The Yellowstone is a tributary of the Missouri, okay? And so, what we're going to be doing on Tuesday and then probably next